Hello, I'm Flora Liu. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the Provost of College 9 and College 10, which means that I oversee the academic aspects of students' experiences here at the colleges. I work closely with the advisors as well as the core course as one aspect of my job. I'm also faculty in environmental studies, and I received my undergraduate degree from Stanford and my doctorate from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
And hello, welcome everyone. My name is Sarah Woodside-Bury, and I use she, her, hers pronouns. And I'm the Senior Director of College Student Life, which means together with the Provost and myself, we get to oversee all aspects of our students' experience here at UC Santa Cruz at both College 9 and College 10. My job primarily is everything outside of the classroom, whereas Flora's job is primarily inside of the classroom. I get to work with students from ranging everything from their initial experience here through Welcome Week and then getting involved with leadership opportunities all the way through their time in graduation. So my job really is focused primarily on our student life experiences, mostly outside of the classroom. And I get to work with a fantastic team of professional staff who work and live both on campus and off. And I just want to say that you made an excellent choice in coming to the University of California, Santa Cruz, and particularly to our two colleges, but primarily because UC Santa Cruz is both a public Research One institution as well as benefits from the small college model, which allows our students to live and go to a core course all together during their first year and get to know each other and get to know the themes of that college really well. And that unique opportunity is such a blessing. And I say that as part of my introduction because I'm a product of the college system myself. I graduated with my undergraduate degree in sociology at the University of California, San Diego, which is also a campus that is based on the college model. And I later pursued my master's degree in student affairs and higher education, which is what I get to work in today from Colorado State University. So again, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Welcome to College 9. We wish that we were doing this introduction with you in person, but we wanted to share a little bit about our colleges and what your student can be expecting in the next few months and the next few years. And we know that these are rather unusual circumstances, but this is our opportunity to connect with you and share about what's special about College 9.
So what we'll do in this short video with you today is to introduce you to the various aspects of our two colleges. And as I described before, UCSC is unique because we're based on the college model, but colleges 9 and 10 are even more unique because we were the first two colleges formed at UC Santa Cruz with one shared administration. So that means both the provost and myself are full-time really thinking about and focusing on your students' holistic education, both inside and outside the classroom. And we were formed together as one administration, but also because our themes of both College 9 and College 10 are obviously unique, but they're also intertwined. And so we're able to combine a lot of our programs and activities and events to be complementary to each other, as well as distinct opportunities for each one of our colleges. So what we're going to do in the video is try to explain all of these different opportunities for your students throughout their course of their career here at UC Santa Cruz and within our colleges. And we'll point out the areas that might be distinct or unique. And in fact, your students will be immediately starting to participate in Welcome Week activities, many of which, again, will be combined, but some of which will be very distinct and unique for each college. So we look forward to sharing more with you.
The Freitas Cafe is a special part of our communities located here at College 10. It was founded in the early 2000s, right after the founding of College 10, and it was originally named Café Revolution. The vision of the cafe that was inspired by students working with our first coordinator for residential education was that this would be a space where students could stop by, grab a coffee, have a chat, have a place to hang out in between classes. In 2012, Café Revolution was renamed the Freitas Cafe in the honor of Terry Freitas, who was a student at UCSC and someone who was very committed to our theme of social justice and community. He was working with an indigenous group in Colombia, the UA, when he was sadly killed in 1999. The work that he was doing was around environmental protection, the rights of women and other people, and educational equity. The example of Terry imbues this space. This is a space that's run by students for students. And there's a variety of different activities here, from open mic nights to the aptly named Terry Talks. In the coming year, this will also be a space in which the basic needs of students will be supported, and we're really excited about that.
College 9 was founded in the year 2000, back before many of these buildings that you see behind me were even built. And UCSC hadn't opened a new college in over 30 years at the time. And so they identified salient and emergent themes that would speak to the next generation of students. College 9's theme is international and global perspectives. And the theme is woven into both our curricular and co-curricular aspects of the college. So students are engaging with that theme both inside and outside of the classroom. And the theme is just what it implies, expanding our worldview and encouraging students to think outside of themselves, not only understanding their own deep history, culture, and background, but understanding that of others as well. And so we want to encourage our students to graduate with that global mindset. And to exemplify that or visualize that, we have our welcome mural right here that I'm standing in front of. It's the College 9 welcome mural that even states our theme of international and global perspectives. The mural was a collaborative project between students and a professional muralist to try to visualize and excite our students about what this theme of international and global perspectives really means, and to encourage them to continue their own learning and growth about who they are and their rich identities, but also to think about the identities of others and how we coexist in a community all together as one planet, as one world. Thanks.
This is the college's 9 and 10 garden. It was founded in 2013 when students really wanted to create a space on campus where they could grow food and flowers and be able to just sit in this beautiful location here at colleges 9 and 10. It's also the site where we have a variety of events, such as a speaker series called Gather in the Garden, where we bring in folks from campus and off campus to talk about topics like food justice, food security, food sovereignty, and agriculture. This is actually one of 2 gardens that we've created here at colleges 9 and 10. The other is in partnership with our community partners in Watsonville at an elementary school called Calabasas, where we started a community garden that brings together teachers and classrooms and the families of folks in Watsonville, many of them Latinx, who work in agriculture.
Speaking of all these wonderful opportunities for students to get involved outside of the classroom and sometimes inside of the classroom, we know from research that the more students are involved and invested in their college experience, the more likely they are to persist towards graduation. And part of that involvement means these leadership opportunities, such as developing and creating and being a part of the garden club, or getting involved in our student senate or student government, which acts as our student voice and decides on really important issues for students, as well as funding opportunities. There's also things like our Practical Activism Conference, which brings to life the themes of both College 9 and College 10, and it's a student-led conference centered on those themes, but a way for students to engage with their own leadership identities and opportunities, working together with faculty and other community members to bring these workshops, keynote addresses, and other opportunities throughout the conference to get involved in. And as well, we have different opportunities that center our theme, like our Intercultural Community Weekend or our Multicultural Community Weekend for College 10. And each of those weekends take students on a weekend-long retreat to really think about and delve deeper into the themes. And then we have lots of student paid and unpaid student leadership opportunities where students can get involved outside of their classroom experience so that they can gain valuable leadership skills, organization skills, and learn a little bit more about who they are as leaders in this community that we live in. In order for our students to get involved, we really encourage you to check out our website for the Find Your Community, Get Involved pages of our website, and that'll outline all of the different leadership opportunities, workshops, experiences that students can get involved in outside of their classroom experience. We're now standing in the MPR, or multipurpose room, which is adjacent and linked to our College 9 and College 10 dining hall. Students with a meal plan who live on campus or even who just have a meal plan can eat at any of the 5 dining halls across campus. And our College 9 and College 10 students who live here right at the college have the benefit of having this dining hall right here at their doorstep. And in our dining hall, there's different meal plan options that students can choose from. But this year, given COVID, we also want to just highlight that masks will be required as folks walk into the space, and there'll be distanced seating, so sort of less populated seating throughout the dining halls all across campus, and especially here at colleges 9 and 10. And what's so great about the multi-purpose room that is adjacent to our dining hall, it serves as overflow dining for students to have lots of space to be able to eat, but it also serves as one of our biggest event spaces right here at colleges 9 and 10. And it hosts all of our amazing speaker series and large-scale events that our students can participate in, again, right at their doorstep if they live here right on campus. It also, when we are able to be in person, and unfortunately that won't be the case this fall quite yet, but when we are able to be in person, the multipurpose room also houses our core plenaries.
So what are core plenaries? Core plenaries are part of one of the elements of the core course. So every entering student is required to take a core course in College 9 or College 10. And the core courses reflect the themes of the college. So these classes are comprised not only of 2 or 3 plenaries that happen throughout fall quarter, and what plenaries are they are large events where we have a speaker or a panel or a film that bring together the full entering class of College 9 and College 10 to learn together. So the plenaries are one element. The other element are small class sessions and seminars where students work with an instructor, and they're in classes of about 25 students. And that can be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, according to their schedule. And in these classes, students are learning a variety of things. They are learning something called academic ethos. So what are the academic skills that students need to be successful here at UCSC in their college experience? And so what core teaches them are things like analysis, critical thinking, metacognition. And metacognition is basically reflecting on your own learning to be a more effective learner. Core supports them in engaging with others across difference, and also something called self-efficacy, which is the ability of students to be able to propose and grapple with positions that are perhaps non-dominant or ones that sort of challenge other folks' ways of thinking, and how we can have conversations that are academically rigorous and encompass a variety of viewpoints. So as Provost, I work together with a wonderful faculty of instructors who are tasked with supporting the students in their first quarter of their time here at UC Santa Cruz. And this is important because the instructors know if students are thriving, if they're coming to class, and if they are struggling a bit, we connect with them immediately to get them back on track. Also, the learning community that's created by Core Course offers the opportunity for students in College 9 and College 10 to be able to read from a common group of texts. And so students are learning about critical reading, they're engaging across different ideas, and this provides them lots of things to discuss at the dining hall table, in their dorm rooms, and like sort of late night conversations where so much of these ideas are really made more concrete. So this year, the core seminars, because of the small class size, they will be held in person, but we've been working hard with our faculty to make sure that we are following COVID protocols and keeping everyone safe. In terms of classroom cleaning and the wearing of masks. The core plenaries, because in the past they've encompassed hundreds of people in the multi-purpose room, they will not be held in person. They will be held remotely with the option of smaller Q&A discussions, either for less than 50 people held in a room outside with some of the speakers. But we are being very mindful of COVID protocol in terms of implementing core this year.
So I'm standing now right next to Namaste Lounge, which is one of our larger lounge spaces here at College 9 and College 10. It's a great space for students to just come and study and hang out and socialize. There's outdoor picnic tables and inside comfortable seating as well as study space. And this lounge will be open this year for students to use. It's also typically a place where we do events, small scale events for students to engage with faculty outside of the classroom, but also to do some fun social events. And this past year, it actually was the home of our COVID testing program because we had a number of students living on campus at colleges 9 and 10 this past year. And so it was the space of our testing program, but it won't be this year because the testing program are in a variety of other locations, convenient locations across campus. We happen to be just across the street from the Student Health Center. And so speaking of those kind of protocols for this year, students are going to be asked asked to be tested. And so there'll be places where students can do that. There's also all of those resources with COVID testing and vaccines, etc. But we also have our great Student Health Center, which is right across the street from Colleges 9 and 10, which is another fantastic resource for students. It also is the home of our CAPS program, Counseling and Psychological Services, as well as SHOP, which is Student Health Outreach and Promotions. So lots of different resources that are right here, but then there's tons of resources all across the campus, sprinkled throughout, where students can get the support that they need, whether that's emotional support, physical support, anything. There's lots of different resources. Slug support is another one of those resources. I could go on and on, but really we want to encourage our students to ask for help when you need it. Reach out to us as staff and faculty. Let us know what you need, and we can point you in the right direction to get the help and the resources that you might need while you're here on campus and in Santa Cruz. So whether you live off campus in Santa Cruz or you live here on campus, all of these resources are available to you, and they're even available virtually as well. So many of our offices are reopening this year. They'll have their hours posted on their websites, but then they're also going to be available for virtual appointments and virtual resources that you might need if you're truly remote. So take advantage.
I'm standing in front of Social Sciences 1 building, and this is the home of the administrative offices and some of the classrooms affiliated with College 9 and College 10. So my office's Provost is on the second floor, and literally just a few steps away, I have the offices of my 4 advisors and my lead preceptor, which constitute our advising team here at the colleges. Our advising team supports your student from the start of their college career to the very, very end in graduation, right? They are here to advise your student on a whole variety of issues, from course selection and time management to doing grad checks and supporting them in the transition to their next step after graduation. And even when a student declares their major and gets the support of a departmental advisor, the departmental and the college advisors work closely together to be able to provide your student with up-to-date and comprehensive support for their academic trajectory. In addition, on the first floor of Social Sciences 1, we have the offices of our co-curricular programs office, or affectionately known as the CoCo. And the CoCo is a unique unit at Colleges 9 and 10. And what it does is it actually puts on a whole suite of extraordinary events, plenaries, conferences, retreats, and classes. And I wanted to emphasize that the CoCo supports some of our student-led, student-taught courses. So earlier we talked about the core course, which is the required class for all entering students in their first quarter. In College 9, students in the core course are learning things related to our themes, such as immigration, global inequality, political change, globalization. In College 10, at the core course, they learn about race, class, gender differences and justice, climate change and climate justice, environmental justice. And oftentimes when they're learning about these topics, they want to be able to take action and to delve deeper. So the 85 classes, and so in College 9, the 85 class is called Global Action. In College 10, the 85 class is called Social Justice Issues Workshop. Are student-facilitated classes that enable students to do a group action project related to the themes of the college. And these classes are facilitated and taught by students who have gone through core course and taken 85 in the previous years. So they enroll in an upper division 191 class, which enables them to get the skills to facilitate and co-teach the class with support of our wonderful staff at the CoCo. Why is this important? It's important because increasingly, employers and graduate schools are looking for students who not only have a strong academic transcript and coursework, but also what we call soft skills, or what I like to call 21st century skills. And these are things like teamwork, problem solving, engagement across difference, cultural competency, the kinds of skills that Colleges 9 and 10 are uniquely positioned to provide.
So here we are in the College 9 Quad. The College 9 Quad houses our 3 residential halls that are affiliated with College 9. And each of these residence halls that I'm standing in front of, each of them house both first year and second year and even continuing students in single, double, and triple rooms. Each of the hallways have shared restrooms, and then each of the buildings, actually a couple of the buildings I should say, have a shared student study space or student lounge, and then there's also a couple couple of laundry rooms that are also shared by all three of these buildings. The College 9 residence halls are also home to our theme floor of I-Floor, and I-Floor stands for International Floor, and it's based on College 9's theme of international and global perspectives. It's a community of students, primarily first-year students actually, who identify as international students and or students who are interested in engaging in that theme of international and global perspectives. So we have about 50% international students, 50% US-based students that are living together all on the same floor. And they get to actualize the College 9 theme through their developing of relationships and communication across difference, etc. We also, each of the buildings of our residence halls are named in conjunction with or in support of our College 9 theme. They were voted on by students several years ago. So we have Gandhi House, Geneva House, and Hague House. And this year, due to COVID, we will be at our maximum capacity in terms of our students in their residence hall rooms and in our residence hall buildings. And we're asking that students make sure that they're wearing their masks when they enter and exit the building, that they're wearing them in the foyers, the entryways, the hallways, any common spaces. So that includes our laundry rooms, those study lounges I was talking about, but also in the bathrooms when they're not obviously brushing their teeth or otherwise. So we're gonna ask that students are wearing those masks and keeping those masks on in any of those shared locations to try to maximize in our safety protocols. So here we are now standing in the International Living Center quad, which houses two of these buildings make up the International Living Center, which are apartment-based living environments for our continuing students, together with three other buildings that are right adjacent to us that make up our apartments complex. In the apartments and in the International Living Center houses all of our continuing students, both that are affiliated with colleges 9 and 10, but also is home to, like I was saying, the International Living Center, or the ILC. The ILC, similar to in our College 9 residence halls where we have an I-Floor, it's a similar kind of community that really exemplifies primarily the theme of College 9 and of international and global perspectives, in that it houses about 50% international students or exchange students, as well as 50% US students, in an opportunity to engage across cultures, across difference, and get to know each other across borders. So we love to be the home and the host of so many of our international students that are affiliated both with our colleges. And this environment that we're standing in is right at the northern boundary of our campus, and so our students get to benefit both from the indoor spaces and some of our lounge spaces, but also this beautiful space.
And just right up here, there's the entrance to some trails to the northern campus boundary, and students can go for hikes, they can go for mountain bike rides, and really enjoy this incredible natural environment that we have here at UC Santa Cruz, where the redwoods meet the ocean, and there is a really rich both natural and cultural history of this region. We're on the traditional territories of the Awaswas Nation, the UP tribe, now represented by the Amamutsan tribal band. So it's a really fantastic place, to be nurtured not only in mind, but also in body and spirit out here at Santa Cruz.
So again, we just want to close this video presentation by saying congratulations and welcome to UC Santa Cruz, and particularly welcome to College 9 and College 10. We're so thrilled to be welcoming you to this beautiful place.